Hi there, Fat Cup Chef here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a bacon jam, which is just an incredibly versatile thing to have in your fridge. Once you've made it, you can store it in the fridge for a month or so, not that it'll last that long. You can put it on on burgers, you can put it on a cheese sandwich, you could use it with scrambled egg, you can use it with savoury dishes, maybe mushrooms. So all kinds of things you can do with it. So let's just get to it. It's so easy to do. I've got 500 grams here of bacon lardons. You can get smoked or unsmoked, doesn't matter, or a combination. If you can't get hold of the lardons, and this is what a lardon looks like, so a chunk, then you could always use normal bacon, but you need 500 grams, and you then need to chop it up if you're using normal bacon. I've got one large onion, a couple of cloves of garlic, some cider vinegar, some maple syrup, some, in my case, I've got like a sweet rum. You could use bourbon, you could use a JD, so some kind of spirit, but it's a sweet one. You could use another form of rum, and the secret ingredient, I've got 100 mils of dark black coffee, and finally 85 grams, between 85 and 100 grams of soft brown sugar. So what I'm going to do is I've got my pan heating up, and I'm just going to put my lardons in my pan. Here we go. And we're going to let that heat up and cook it for about 10-15 minutes so that they're crispy and gone kind of golden brown. Then we're going to take those out, and we're going to put one whole onion. Just going to prep this now. Fairly simple to do. Ends off here. Let's put it down the middle, and then open it up a bit like a book. If you pull it like that, it means that you can get that next layer of skin off really easily. There we go. So that's one. Then you've got the other half on here. So it peels off really easily. You just cut almost, but not quite all the way through, and open it up like that. There we go. And I'm going to then just slice this onion. Reasonably thin, bridge at the end, and we'll cut it in three, so we've got some chunky bits. I'll do the same with the other half. I'm going to use the fat that comes off the bacon to then cook these onions. I'll show you that in a little bit, and we'll add a little bit of garlic. So let's get that bacon cooked, and then I'll be back. Okay, so that's about 15 minutes, and you can see now I've used a solid spoon to get my lovely lardons out. They're nice and golden and crispy, which is great. Don't want to waste any flavour, so I'm actually going to put my onions into the fat that's left from the bacon. A lovely flavour. I'm going to soften those down for about 15-20 minutes on a medium heat. You want them to just catch but not really burn. And just a quick tip, my onions were really strong when I cut them earlier, so if you want to stop yourself from crying in the previous 20 minutes, just cover them with water and then drain them off. Be careful, because there'll be some water on it, so it will splash a bit in the warm fat, but it just means that you don't end up in tears. So I'll do that. I'm going to pop it in the pan, and I'll be back. Okay, so my onions are now ready. They've been on for about 20 minutes. They've softened up nicely. They've got a little bit of golden brown. So now we're going to add all the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to let it just bubble on a low heat for about another half an hour. So this thing takes about an hour to do, but it's well worth it. Now, one of the ingredients is garlic. Now, you can use a crusher. If you don't have a crusher, then this is just a quick and easy way to create the same effect. So chop the two ends off, get a little bit of a smack down, there we go. Same with this one. So end off, flat side, give it a bit of a bash, and the skin should just peel off, which this one is as well. There we have my garlic cloves. So now what we need to do is just give it a little bit of a pat down, and then give it a really good little chop. This is going to do the same thing as a garlic crusher, but if you haven't got one, you can't use it. There we go. And then a quick little chop. So now I'm going to take you over to this pan over here, which is on the heat. Here we are. So in with our nicely chopped 2 cloves of garlic. Okay. Back in with our bacon lardons. Crispy now. Then my 85 grams of soft brown sugar. Then my cider vinegar. There'll be a generous couple of tablespoons of that. Okay, and then I've got my maple syrup. A couple of those to balance it out. In my case it's rum, but you could use say bourbon or whatever. It's about a tablespoon, so we give it a good splash of that. And then in with our 100 mils of dark black coffee. We'll give that a good old stir around. And the bacon will soften up again because it's going into this liquid. It smells lovely. And I'm going to leave this on a sort of lowish to middle heat. We want it to just reduce down and become a bit thicker and stickier. It'll take about half an hour, and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's now reduced down quite a lot, as you can see. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just one of those stick blenders. Just going to give a little bit of a whiz. It helps if you tip the pan so you get a bit of depth on it. Be careful, it does spit a bit sometimes. So that's now the right consistency. So if I get on the spoon, you can see it's kind of more like a jam now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my, I'm going to put them in plastic containers, use them in jars, sterilise them first, bit of boiling water in there just to make sure it's nice and clean. Once it's cooled down, pop it into the containers, and what you'll end up with is that in the fridge, and you can keep it for up to a month. Just keep using it. So that's how to make bacon jam. Enjoy, we're back soon, and if you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel. It's free and you'll get updates every time that I post a new video. Bye for now.